Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, everybody. So, what we doing today then?
Our thoughts on Doctor Who.
Yes, season 40/16/1. I was just explaining to Zoe. The reason I've named it that is because it's the 40th series in total during the classic era and modern era. 16 because it's the 16th series of the modern era. Oh no, it's 14. Shit. So 14th. So shit. No, I'm gonna name it to 14th/1, because it's the first series of the new Disney Plus stuff. Yes. So you can tell I'm not well, can't you? If anyone's wondered,
Not the one that's more that time. You said shit like 3 times. Poor
yeah, and
baby.
also this video is going to be a special video as well because 3 people are going to be working on this video. The 2 people you see here, and hopefully another person behind the scenes. And this is
We'll be
where Kenny.
doing the editing, hopefully.
Yeah, Kenny will hopefully be doing the editing, and so Kenny, you're going to be the first person, well, third person, because me and Zoe also always the
And
people who appear in the video will always know what happens in the video because, well, they appear in it.
yeah.
And also Kenny, also no, you speak, sorry,
Also,
I'm
editor
joking.
Kenny, keep this part in, please.
But no, throughout so, well, let's break a minute. So Kenny, in the video, there's going to be parts where we pause, and I just want you to cut stuff out and then put the clips in. You can keep this in if you want, but there's going to be a few points where I say, right, Kenny, can you add a clip from The Office, say episode whatever, series whatever, and I want you to add that, or references from the show, like Doctor Who, saying, can you add that bit in? Yeah. Viewers, you can play along as well, see how many edits you can see. Because if you comment down below, people, how many edits you see or you think you've seen, yeah, comment down below, and then editor Kenny at the end, can you actually put in the thingy how many edits you've actually made, and
And
then
those
see
that
who's right.
want to cheat, I'm gonna kind of interrupt John here. No cheating allowed. You can't
You
just
can
skip
cheat
to
if you want.
the end of the video just to see how many edits we're actually in. So don't go cheating now.
This way, editing Kenny, do you know the what's it, kid with the shifty eyes looking around? Yeah, okay, do that. You know that. There's the guy with shifty eyes looking round, suspicious. And also put it.
Or the Rock raised eyebrow.
That's a good one, though. Yes, either that one. So in today's video, we're going to be doing our review. You'll pick up as you go along, Kenny, what I want in the video. You can just keep all of this in and then just cut where I say, so in this little bit, can you put the shifty eyes thing? You can keep it all in if you want. It's up to you. You can have your own artist not artist impression, what is it? Artist, fuck's sake. Not thinking. My brain hurts.
Man, John.
My brain hurts quite literally. But anyway, so not the first video, I was going to say, fuck. The first episode. Do you know what
Insert
the
laughing or laughter quick there.
Okay. So, Zoe, you know what the first episode in kind of the first episode in the series was? You know what it was?
The Christmas special.
The church on Ruby Road. What did you? Yeah, Christmas special. It's kind of part of the series, but kind of not. It's one of those weird things. It's the series, but it's not. What did you think of the church on Ruby Road? And I'll butt in if I disagree or with anything you say. You could be mid-sentence and I disagree with you there because I can interrupt and I want.
So I actually did like that
But
one.
carry on.
I did like that, not only because it was Christmas, but honestly, it kind of ties in how her name came to be because it was Ruby Road. And it was really amazing. However, the only sad part was that Ruby was abandoned on church step as a baby.
I forgot to say one. There's going to be spoilers. There are going to be spoilers. Now, Kenny, this is really put across the screen. Spoilers.
Spoilers.
Don't put spoilers like what's at the end of an exhaust spoiler. You can add that if you want, but don't put spoilers. Yeah, just put spoilers like people we're going to spoil the show. I don't actually know if Kenny's even watched all of Doctor Who.
Or cut the copper clip of Willy Wonka from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory saying, "Well, no, that's Mumbler, not spoiler. Never mind. Never
You are
mind."
you were a bit dippy today. I'm not the only one who's dippy
Fine.
today.
Oh dear. Never mind.
Yeah, it's where Kenny cuts to say what. I'm trying to think of funny things, on top of my head. But no, the Church of Ruby Road, for me, it wasn't the best episode. But like I always say, the first episode, don't forget that the last episode, the giggle was I don't know if it's Shooty or Nakuti. Kenny, can you actually serious now? Can you actually comment down below which one it is, or if anyone comments down below, is it the first one or second one? Is it Shooty or Nakuti? Because I've heard people say both, and I don't want to be saying someone's name wrong. Like I could say David Tennant, but that's his nickname.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, but then that was his first story, and he was only in it for like 10 minutes or a scene. But then it was the first of his. I'll say his because I don't actually know if his name's Shooty or Nakuta. Let's call him Shooty for now. But it was his actually first standalone episode, and obviously it was Ruby's first episode as well. So you are kind of getting to know the characters.
Yes.
So the first episode of a new Doctor is never going to be the best. You should never judge the Doctor on that. But it was all right because then, if you're in EastEnders, sorry, you speak.
I do want to say it's better than Dot Bubble, to be honest.
Well, yeah, but we'll get onto that in a minute. Yeah, but that Dot Bubble was actually the worst viewed one because I've got just over 3.5 million views. This way, you can edit in the Wikipedia. If you want, I can send you a screenshot to the Wikipedia page to Dot Bubble, and you can actually have a look. Dot Bubble, how many views it didn't get. But well, yeah, I know it's the shittest one, Dot Bubble, but we'll get onto that in a minute. But then you can never judge a Doctor's era on the first Christmas special, or the first episode they're in, first standalone episode. I mean, but it was for a Christmas special. It was okay. Yeah, it's no Voyage of the Damned or the Snowman. It's nothing like that. But for a first Doctor story, it's good. Then the one thing what I think ruined it was the song. Do you know the Goblin song? That ruined it for me.
Yeah, the thing is that song. It was a Christmas song, Christmas Carol, whatever.
It was a good song, but I think it ruined it.
It is good, but it was on a repeat. It's like there's plenty of other Christmas songs y'all could use without getting a copyright strike. That is.
I know. I mean the song that is the babies being eaten. I mean that song.
Oh yeah, that one.
I meant that one. That ruined it for me.
Okay, I thought you meant Christmas. I thought you meant the Christmas Carol. Sorry.
Oh no, the only Christmas carol. The only thing that would ruin it about the Christmas Carol is if you're watching it in summer, like we did. Well, someone here to my right did.
Yeah,
they watched it.
It's summer for you too. Don't even try.
But I watched it on Christmas Day. I watched it on Christmas Day on TV.
Well,
so
yeah, but you watched it. You watched the show with me. That first.
I did actually. Yeah, the first one. Yes, I did. And then what was after that? Was it
yes, you did watch it during the summer as well. So
shit. What was episode 2? Or episode 1 of the series? Or episode 2 we watched? Was it Devil's Cord?
The Devil's Cord was the one after. I believe that was.
Devil's Cord. I looked at the wiki. I looked at the wiki before we started recording. I'm trying to remember. I think it was Devil's Cord next. That one was not as good as the Christmas special. I felt that.
Actually, no. Babies in Space, I think was.
Oh yes, Babies in Space. Yes, that's it. Yes.
Yeah,
Babies in Space. Space Babies. Yes, Space Babies. Yes, that's
Space Babies. Then it was Devil's Cord.
That's it. Yeah.
It was the
landmine one, but we'll get onto
Yeah,
that in a minute.
and then the
So
dot bubble, and then so on and so forth.
yeah, so I'm getting ahead of myself. So for me, I'm getting ahead of myself, aren't I now? So
Yes.
for me, shit, what was that? What did we say it was? I can't remember. Shit.
Uh,
Um,
Space Babies.
Space Babies, yes. Space Babies was okay. Do you know you're still really you're getting used to the new characters.
Yeah.
It's the first one of the series, but technically episode two. When I say episode two, it's the second one of Shooty and well, the 15th Doctor and Ruby. So it wasn't obviously series one's never going to be that good.
Yeah.
And we all know with Chibnall, don't we? We all know with Chibnall, don't we? Kenny is really cut to the Doctor in the time thing, you know, being told that she is not the last one, or you know when Jodie's holding her head and realizing the whole history is a lie. That just cut to that, yeah. So then,
You're talking about
yeah,
the tortoise. It's a time machine, so I'm like, you mean tortoise?
no. You know, so before you watch the show, the Power of the Doctor, or no, the Flux was the shittest series ever because it ruined the whole canon to the show. Basically, the
Oh.
Doctor before Jodie, it was they were all male. So when I say he, you know what I mean. He was traveling through space and time, and he was the last of his kind. It was established in David Tennant's era, first era, and then Chibnall comes along. Lovely man, he wasn't. He was not a lovely man, and comes in just gets all of his fan fictions. He thought that would look good on Doctor Who and ruined it. Now it's all established that the Doctor was a foundling. You're a bit like Ruby, abandoned somewhere on a random planet,
Hmm.
and they could regenerate infinite times. So Matt Smith's regeneration was pointless because he was going to regenerate anyway, and the Time Lords gave the Doctor a whole new regeneration cycle, meaning a whole new life. But now the Doctor can regenerate as many times as they want, which doesn't make sense because we always thought that you had only 13 lives, like regenerate 12 times, have 13 lives. So Matt Smith would have been the last, and then Capaldi had a whole new life. And then Chibnall comes along and fucks it all up. Yeah?
Yep.
So, so anyway, Babies in Space. It was all right. It was basically babies on a space station, and the family's fucked off. Joe,
Yeah.
the parents are fucked off.
And
And
then
this
the
person,
nanny.
Nanny, is looking
And then,
after them.
yeah, the nanny also used like an. It sounded like an AI voice to kind of cover who she really was.
I don't know. I don't know if it's AI or whatever the fuck it was.
It sounded like an AI voice to me, but hey, um, but then again, I I pay more attention to AI than someone to my left does.
You're trying to think. Wait, shit. Is it? It is left. Yes, it is left. Yep. But no, yeah. You're to my right, to my left. I don't know why I'm always on the left because I can, and
Well,
because stream.
because you're the one that created the broadcast,
Yeah,
so
yeah. Whoever
it
creates the
makes more
broadcast is
sense.
on. For some reason, whoever creates the broadcast is on the left, and then whoever joins is on the right. I
It
don't know
makes
why.
sense.
It's the way.
It makes sense though, because if you're the one that made the thing, then obviously you'd be on the left, because then your guest or co-host, if you want to call them that, would be on the
But
right.
my
But
views,
off
my
topic.
views.
That's off topic.
Yeah, I know. I was interrupting on purpose to get on topic. But for me, Space Babies was all right. Do you know? It's not the sort of thing that I'm going to go back and watch again and again. Well, so I've watched the whole series twice now, so I've had to
Mhm.
endure. I've had to endure the shit episodes twice. Dot
Yep.
bubble, yes. But we'll move on to that. So do you want to say anything else about Space Babes before we move on to Devil's Cord?
I mean, I wish that they didn't abandon their families, didn't abandon them, but at least they were able to find a safe place for those babies, and get them
Yes,
away from
that
the
is good.
creatures. But
That is
yeah,
that is good. So, what episode was after that? It was Devil's Cord, wasn't it?
yes, Devil's Court.
it references something what was done in David Tennant's second era. Also, you've not watched the series, but I'll mention it anyway. It's the Celestial Toymaker. And a load of people have been saying that you can't say Celestial Toymaker. We don't mean Chinese. It's not a racist thing. It's because the Celestial Toymaker, originally back in the 60s, it was slightly. It was slightly, but now, modern day, you say Celestial Toymaker because he goes through space and time. And what you called when you go through space? Celestial. So that's where the name Celestial Toymaker, and David Tennant in his second era actually does say that. He says something like, you can edit in the clip. He says that we can go through space and time and become celestial together. I think, or something like that. Can you edit in the clip? Yeah, you'll find it somewhere. Don't get a virus on your computer trying to find it like I've done before.
Yeah, please don't do that to your computer.
Oh, you know that Minecraft podcast was the reason I had to get a new hard drive to my laptop.
What?
I got a virus and I had to get a whole new hard drive.
Oh, come on. Anyways, let's not go off topic again. Minecraft is not the topic of the video. It's Doctor Who.
Yeah. So anyway, do you want to say anything about Devil's Cord?
Well, I don't
the
think
beginning
he's really,
of it was good.
Can I?
Sorry.
Okay, I don't think he's a clown, but he kind of looked like one, and I'm not a big fan of clowns. But I also didn't like how he used magic or whatever it was to
The Celestial Toymaker is his uncle, so it runs in the family. Uses magic, it runs in the family.
Okay, I don't like how he done that to the child. I was like, what? And I like the Beatles, but like the way
I like the Beatles.
Not that. I'm talking about the band, you goof.
No, I know I like the Beatles, but I'm not a big fan of them. I'll listen to some of their songs, but not like on repeat. Listen to their albums day in, day out.
Yeah. Anyways. But yeah, the fact is, the way I don't know how to.
The way they done it was not good.
Yeah, it was like
I made a mistake. What I said to Zoe, because I said the Beatles are included in it, but not as much as you would think. And someone here thought they're going to be the main part of the story. They're not. They don't look anything like the Beatles, but you can tell who they're trying to do there. If that makes sense. You can tell who they're trying to do. Cilla Black's in it as well, right at the end. Right at the end and during it, Cilla Black is in it. You don't know who Cilla Black is, but people in Britain will understand who she is, or was, that she's dead. But Cilla Black's in it, but you can't tell it's her, even if you know what she looked like back in the 60s. You can't tell it's her. It's only by voice and because they call her Cilla.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the one thing what I'm not didn't like about the first half of the series, there's too many songs in it. Because there was a song in the Christmas special, there was a song in Devil's Cord, and it just ruins it. There's always a twist at the end, was just not needed for it. I get it; it's a song and dance sort of thing, but yeah. And also, it also includes a little Easter egg to the first ever episode, because they land in London in late summer 1963. And the Doctor says to Ruby, this way you can edit a clip into it, Kenny. The Doctor says, I'm just down there somewhere. Very long time ago in, I think it was junkyard. I can't remember what the junkyard was called, but he says about the junkyard and where it is. And he says, I'm down there right now. So he does make a reference to the first episode, kind of. And Kenny, you just messaged in the group chat. On their Instagram group chat. Did you see that?
That would explain why you just broke up a bunch. Anyways.
Yes, I know. But anyway, is there anything you want to say before moving on to the next episode?
But, well, Devil's Cord just the amount of singing in that one. I mean, I get it. It was supposed to be about sort of music in that one episode, but it's like the way how the songs were perceived sounded like something a child would sing on repeat.
Well, Doctor Who originally, back in William Hartnell and Charlton era, was actually a kid show. It originally was made to be a kid show. Did you not know that? It was originally a kid show.
That would explain why it's on Disney Plus.
No, I think it's just a bit Disney Plus trying to make more money. Grab more money from people. But no, what was after Devil's Cord?
I believe that was the
Landmine one, right?
Either was the landmine or the one where she was in a field.
No, that's 73 yards you're thinking of.
Yeah, I'm confused which one was which, but
it was Boom. For me, Boom was a lot better than I was expecting, because when you think about the Doctor standing on a landmine and stuff happens, you would think that's a load of shit, but it's actually a good episode. On hindsight, watching it a second time, it was better than what I was thinking. It's still not as good as the series is going to get, but we won't mention about that, so we will get onto that in a minute. But it gets, for me, the first half goes up, and then it just goes down slightly for a couple of episodes, and then after the last 3 episodes are the best for me, especially the last 2. But Boom, it wasn't the best, but it was better than what I was expecting it. Because when I looked at the preview, like you can see the description of the episode, I was thinking it's going to be a load of rubbish. Doctor stands on a landmine. It needs to save the day. Okay. Sounds like a load of shit. But do you want to add anything to it, Zoe? What I just said?
Well, I will say, as an AI lover, and knowing that episode had robots in it, that was one of my favorites.
And I completely forgot to tell this person.
The what?
And I completely forgot to tell this person AI is involved in this episode.
Yeah. And then of course the thing is, and of course John seems a little annoyed with my ways about AI.
Okay? I don't care what you think.
But anyways, it's kind of humbling that the girl's father did come back as an AI only to give her a message.
I did like that even though people when you die, you get given the next of kin, or basically the closest living relative to you, gets given a message saying, I may be dead now, but don't be sad. I'm here as an AI, so you still got me, but I can't physically be here, which I thought was good.
Yes. But I'm glad the doctor didn't die of explosion from that landmine.
And for for the last half of the story, that Ruby is just led down dying, which I thought was good, because it looks like that she was gonna die, and then in the end she doesn't, which I thought was good.
Yeah.
But anything else you want to add before we move on to the next story? Or the next episode?
Not exactly, because I can't think of any real thoughts.
I think it's 73 yards. Next episode.
Yeah, that's the one I
think it's that. But you tell me your thoughts first of all, because the last 2 episodes I told you my thoughts. What's your thoughts on it?
My thoughts on 72 yards.
73.
73, whatever the number. Screw it. Shows you how much I care about that darn episode.
I thought it was good. I liked it. Fuck's sake, I actually liked it.
I liked it in a sense, but the thing is, it was kind of triggering to me.
Do you want to know something funny about that episode as well?
What?
You watched it on the 4th of July. British people understand why the 4th of July was a big day. Not just because of American independence and everything like that, but it was when the general election of Britain was done, and it involves a general election or someone campaigning to be the Prime Minister. When we watched it on the 4th of July.
I don't think we watched on the 4th. I think
it was around about that. It was around about that sort of time.
Because 4th of July was last week. We watched that like
a couple
of days before.
Yes, I mean, we watched it around the 4th of July. You know what I mean? It was around the time of the general election. And the episode is based around the time of an election of 2043. I think,
I
or Kenny just edited
watching anything related to Doctor Who on 4th of July because I think I was just too worried about 4th.
Okay. I know we spoke that day because I was saying, do you know what was special about today? I was doing my post at the time, and then I just read out a load of stuff what was special about that day. But for me, it brings back an old character. You know, Kate Lethbridge Stewart, the Brigadier's daughter, so that's good.
Mm-hmm.
It brings back Rose. Do you know Donna's daughter, Rose, which is also good. I like when they bring back old characters. And I know it doesn't actually bring back Rose. Shit, it doesn't. No, it doesn't, because that's later on in the story. No, unit a part of it, kind of, but it's no alternate history. It's alternate history what doesn't actually exist in the Doctor Who universe, because still, just watch the episode and you'll see what I mean. But I liked it because if you're American, you won't understand some of the place names, but I know where the place names are. I know where the places are. Well, see, Americans won't know. It's like me trying to say, oh, yeah, I know where places are in America. Obscure little towns here and there, but I know where they are. Mm-hmm. I liked it. I know this person here to my right didn't, did you?
Okay, so I don't like it, but I don't hate it. Bubble could say a whole different thing.
I was just about to get onto that. Would you rather watch 73 Yards again or Dot Bubble?
73 Yards. I'd
exactly
watch that over Dot
Exactly, and that's the next episode.
Dot Bubble, that thing annoyed me because I kept hearing
it was shit.
Turn right, turn left, turn right, go forward, go forward.
I know this one was annoying because I had to watch it 3 times. I had to watch Dot Bubble 3 times because I went downstairs to do something for a few minutes, and I came back upstairs. But someone here tried to tell me, John, I'm going to have dinner. Can you pause it?
No, it wasn't dinner. No, it wasn't dinner. I had to go help get groceries.
That's it. It was something that was going to take you a bit of time.
I'm sorry
I didn't hear that. And
I'm sorry that I had errand to do, basically.
Oh, sorry. But no, I didn't hear what someone here said, and I was sat watching it. And then when I paused, because you know the trailer at the end, and Zoe doesn't like watching the trailer to ruin anything to do the next show, so I paused it, and they said, "Oh, I didn't watch half of it. Can you go back like nearly to beginning?" So I had to watch most of it 3 times, and I had to watch it, and it was torture. It was that shit. I didn't mind watching the rest of the series again, but not that. Just no. 3 times. I watched it too many times. 3.5, well, 2.5 times. So I watched like, other than like the first 10 minutes, I've watched it 3 times, and it is just so shit. I didn't want to watch it the second time, let alone the third time.
Someone's trying to say I tortured him.
Just so
I'm
much of it
sorry,
is.
I had chores. Damn.
Do you want to know what the best bit of Dot Bubble was?
The ending.
I just about to say the end credits. Yeah. You know me well. Yes, the end
The
credits.
only
Was the
good
best bit.
thing about Dot Bubble was, well,
No, the
I'm gonna
best
say
bit.
it the UK way. The lift.
What?
That was it.
What do you mean the left?
Lift.
Oh,
Elevator.
left. So
Jeez.
the best bit for me was. No, I'm not trying to say this not ironic way, but the ending of it was actually really good. You know where they get on the boat saying that we're going to go out and explore the world, and then the doctor saying that I can save you all, find a planet for you all,
That part was
and then
amazing.
there's like nah.
But they all just
I'm saying
like,
that was actually a good bit.
they were all like, nah, we can't be seen with you. Like,
That's what I'm
wow.
saying. That was good. And then what was after Dot Bubble? Do you want to say anything else before we move on to the next story?
That bubble was shit. Okay, yeah, that's shit.
Yeah, but we'll move on because I don't like the story. Was it Rogue afterwards?
I think it was.
Because wait, we got
Mhm.
so we got Devil's Cord, and then we got what's the one after that? That was the
The landline, and then we had.
no Space Babies, Devil's Cord, Landmine was Boom. Then we had the one we just talked about, Dot Bubble, 73 yards before Dot Bubble, and then there was Rogue, and then that. Yeah, so yeah, it's Rogue. Yeah, we are right. We are right. I'm just counting.
Rogue, and then Legends,
Episodes.
Rubies Sunday, and then the
The other one, I can't remember what the last one was.
the final episode of the season, as the Americans call it.
I'll call it the end of the series. But what did you think of Rogue? Because my opinion is this is where it starts to get good. But there are two things I didn't like about it. But you carry on because I know the two things you didn't like about it, the same two things I didn't like about Rogue.
I forgot what those two things were.
For me, sorry, you speak.
My brain completely forgot what happened in that episode.
So for me, Rogue is when it started to pick up. The Dot Bubble is when it went real down.
Yeah.
And then it's like a roller coaster. This series goes up and down, up and down, up and down. But for me, it went real down or hit rock bottom on Dot Bubble, and then with Rogue, it was going up. The only way is up. And Kenny just put in a group chat again, saying that
I
he's
got the group
half
chat
black and half
open.
white, and he's bi. He's saying he's half black, half white, and bi.
He's also. I think he was also talking to Tash.
Yeah, he's talking to Tash. Yeah. But Kenny, yeah, I get notifications on my laptop. I've only got StreamYard tab open. But no, so there are two things what I didn't like. It's not historically correct. It is not historically correct because it's based in 1813. So we'll say the early 1800s. And the Doctor is not white. And he was basically treated like normal society. If they wanted to get politically correct and to be historically correct, he'd be a slave. And I'm not trying to butter this up or anything. I'm not buttering this up, but the Doctor would not be a normal person in society. He's not white. You would be in the fields, or you'd be a slave.
Yep.
But the Doctor was treated like a normal person in society. It was a good story, good idea to do that. But if you want to get historically correct, it's not good. But if you want to be right
I
and not,
remember how the
not be,
episode went.
if you want to be on the right side of racism, you've done it right. If you want it historically correct, you're wrong. You didn't do a good story.
Yeah.
But the way they went about it, it was good because the Doctor needed to save the day, and the Doctor did save the day. If they'd done it historically correct, he wouldn't have been able to do anything. He would have been cast off and treated like shit on people's shoe.
Yeah, he'd been in the field picking
the cotton and everything
yes.
like that. But the other thing I didn't like about it though, so there was this, you could say a companion it was a one-off companion, you know, like they've done with
Yeah.
Kylie Minogue in Voyage of the Damned, which I didn't
Yes.
like. I liked Voyage of the Damned, but the Voyage of the Damned and Rogue have something in common. It's got a one-off companion and they kiss at the end, which ruined it for me. If they're going to do a long drawn out relationship or friendship like they did with Captain Jack Harkness and David Tennant, it worked. It only worked because the Doctor and Jack got on so well, and it was long and drawn out for like 2-3 series. I think if you count with Chris Eccleston, it's 4 series long story arc. They basically tried to do the Doctor and Jack but in one episode, and it didn't work. Yeah, okay, the Doctor and Rogue got on really well and there was good chemistry. But if he became a normal fixture of the TARDIS team and then travelled through time and space together, and then maybe 3 series in, they had an intimate moment, like a personal intimate moment together like they did at the end, yes, it would have been good. But it
Yeah.
just ruins it now. He starts kissing people who've just met.
Yeah, that does ruin it. But
That ruins it.
I'm gonna also point out how Rogue was trying to kill the Doctor originally. So
Yeah, because he's a bounty hunter and he's been told to. And because the Doctor can change his face, the Rogue thought he was a shapeshifter. Because he technically is if you can change your face.
Mm-hmm.
But then, is there anything else you want to add to the story? Well, add to the you know what I mean, before we go on to the next story or episode?
That episode was also kind of frightening.
Kind of frightening, okay.
Because there's other shapeshifters that, when they turn to their true form, they look terrifying.
Well, yeah, they look like they are aliens. They look like aliens. But
Yeah.
after that, for me, this is my favorite episode, second to last episode. It was The Legend of Ruby Sunday. This is the best one because an old monster returns. If you are a Tom Baker fan, you will have heard of Sutek. Well, see, I don't really remember Sutek. I think it was Pyramids of Mars. Obviously, someone here has never seen the classic era. I can just talk about any random shit. And this person here has never heard of it. Kenny, add a clip to the Pyramids of Mars or when Sutek was last on the show, because I think it's Pyramids of Mars. And it was like more of a human and looking like Scooby Doo. I actually saw that on Facebook, a meme I saw on Facebook saying they killed Scooby Doo. How dare they? Where are you? You're in the time vortex at the moment. You're burnt up in the time vortex. That's where you are.
But the funny thing is,
You're not going to solve many mysteries in the time vortex, are you, mate?
No. Anyways, this
my
takes
headache is feeling
attachment
better
to
now.
objects to the next level, though.
But no, this is where Unit is in it, like for the full story, and where Rose is in. I was thinking, shit, is she in? Wait, shit, which one is she in? No, she's not in the first one Unit's in. She is in the Legend of Ruby Sunday. And I can't remember what last episode's called. But no, I like this a lot because there's this person who keeps recurring in the story, like in the series. Her name is Susan someone.
Yeah.
And that's where
related to the Doctor. I believe
well, yeah, if you are a fan of the show and you know about the William Hartnell era, you'll know about Susan Foreman. You'll know about the Doctor's granddaughter. Yeah. Kenny, can you put a clip of one day I will come back, that speech? Yeah, just put that speech in there. Yeah, and then you'll understand. It'll jog everyone's memory.
Yeah.
But the Doctor says to the Kate saying, I don't want to be here because I just bring sadness and death to everywhere. And then Kate mentions to tell her, and she says that Dad never mentioned about a granddaughter.
Mm-hmm. As John goes silent. John?
Is taking a big fat shit on me again. Right, can you hear me right now?
Now I can hear
Right, can you
you.
hear me okay now?
Now I
Okay.
can hear you.
So, as I was saying, the the brigadier's daughter, Kate says to the doctor saying that her dad would always tell her stories about the adventures that him and the doctor had, but she's saying he never mentioned about a granddaughter. And the doctor said, well, yeah, I never like to mention her. But anything you want to add to the story?
Well, again, like I said, that took a whole new whole new level to attachment to objects because Sue or whatever
Or
her name.
Sutek had attached himself to the TARDIS. So
Yes.
every episode after Pyramids of Mars, Sutek was with the Doctor. So all of Peter Davison, Colin Baker, Sus McCord, Paul McGann, Chris Hooks, and David Tennant, Matt Smith, Capaldi, Whitaker, and Tennant again was Sutek was on the TARDIS.
Yes.
And it's weird to think that plot device has always been there. Well,
Yeah.
see, it's all made up, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. But it's funny because it's like I'm gonna admit to the whole world at this point. I do get easily attached to objects, something I can't control. I've attempted to control it so many times in my life, failed. But at least I'm not like clinging on to it to where everywhere it goes, I go. Yeah.
Everywhere you go, you
That
bring your
used to
tar-
be the
you bring your
thing with the book
Sutek
player,
with
though.
you.
That used to be the thing with the book player, but I ceased doing that.
Yeah, but Zoe, the TARDIS is. You've heard a song "Everywhere You Go, you bring the weather with you."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so the TARDIS is wherever you go, you bring the Sutek with you. Yeah, thank you. I thought you'd find that funny. Thank you. But no, so the one thing I didn't like about it was Kate dies at the end, or am I thinking of episode 2 now? But the whole world. No, I'm thinking of episode 2. Shit, I'm getting ahead of myself again. But no, the one thing I didn't like. There's not much I didn't like about it. The one thing I like about it is that it ended.
Mm-hmm.
The end credits was the worst bit.
Yeah.
But
The thing is,
anything
that cliffhanger
that
kind of messed
cliffhanger was good.
with me, but hey.
The cliffhanger was good. I liked it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's any better way to do it. But anything you want to add to the story before we move on to the next one? Well, episode, not story. Shit. It's the same story.
John,
It's the
you
next.
and
It's
your
the
words
next.
tonight, man.
It's the next story.
I think it's because your brain is not able to comprehend English because of you having a headache.
It's because I got a migraine. That's why. But yeah. But anything else you want to add to the episode before we move on to the next one?
I don't think I really have much to say to that one. But again,
I know everything I said is what you were thinking.
Yeah.
But what are you going to say?
Like I said, it'd be in one of those other episodes where it'd be like, I'd rather watch that over that bubble.
Well, yeah, I'd rather watch any episode of Doctor Who, even the Flux. Over now, you know how shit everyone who's a fan of Doctor Who, they'll know, because I know you won't know this. So, but everyone will know how shit the Flux is. I'd rather watch the whole Flux again, all 6 episodes of the Flux, compared to Doc Bubble. That's how shit it was.
Yeah.
For me, it's the worst episode in Doctor Who history. It's even worse than the Candyman. obscure reference to an episode of Sylvester McCoy. It's the last episode in the penultimate series of the classic Who. But anyway, the episode after the Legend of Ruby Sunday is an episode I can't remember the name. Kenny edit it in where it's got the name
I'm
of the
trying to
episode.
think of the name. I'm trying to think of the name because yeah.
This one I liked as well. It's I'm undecided if the Legend of Ruby Sunday is my favorite episode or the other one, like the last two episodes, because there was good parts about it, but then there's parts about it I didn't like so much. Like the ending was good, because normally when companions leave, so if people didn't know, in January this year, it was said that Ruby will leave the series at the end of the year, but
I
then
feel
in
like
April,
I think the word "will" world was a part of the title of that episode. But I could be wrong. But I can't think
Kenny
of
edit,
100%.
yeah, but yeah, in January it said that Ruby will leave the series in the last episode series, but then it was said in April that she will return in the next series, series 15.
Mhm.
So the ending of it was really good because you know that she'd been trying to find her mum the whole series,
Yes.
and they do. Unit find her, and they find where she is, and they have a really emotional reunion, and I thought it was really good. Do you know
Yeah.
that it was a nice ending to a nice character arc. But I feel if they'd done this drawn out for 3 series or all the time that Ruby's going to be on the show for like 2, 3 series, it had been even better. Do you know, it being a mystery, the first series that she's a mystery, and then if
But
the
it was still
cliffhanger of a
good.
series is going to be, if the cliffhanger to the series is going to be, we found your mum, Ruby, here she is, and then end credits before they pan to showing the Ruby's mum, that would have been perfect cliffhanger.
It was still good though. It was still good.
It was good,
Um,
yeah, it was good. But then they found her dad as well, and they're going to go and see their dad. But the doctor's like, I can't stay. I've got to go. So he goes, and then the TARDIS dematerializes and bugs off God knows where. And then Mrs. Flood is on the roof saying, well, that's another end of another series of where the Doctor travels through space and time. What happens to him? Well, that is a tragic story. Stay tuned and find out.
that.
That was
Mm,
a good. I liked it.
yeah, that that's got me wondering, and hopefully getting to see the next season when it releases, and maybe by then I will have login to the
Disney
Disney
Plus.
Plus
So
and
if people don't know who Mrs. Flood is, you may recognise her from EastEnders. She was Angela or Angie. Do you know? If you watch EastEnders back in the 80s, you will know that then her husband hands her divorce papers on the Christmas special in 1985, and at the time and even now it's the most viewed TV moment. Do you like from a TV series? The most viewed moment in human history is the Queen's funeral, but yeah. And after that is Princess Diana's funeral, and after that is opening ceremony of 2012 Olympics. But for a show series, when Den hands Angie the divorce papers is the most viewed thing in UK history. And that's who Mrs. Flood is. She's Angie, but she doesn't play Angie. She plays another character, obviously.
mm,
But so Russell T Davies said in an interview that Mrs. Flood will play a real key part in the next series.
mm-hmm.
But anything I want to add to it?
Well, um, like I said, I do like the reunion of Ruby Sunday and her mother, and the adoptive parents also welcoming her into the house and having a nice dinner and everything.
One
That was,
thing I found funny. Sorry, you
yeah,
speak. I'll tell you what I found funny about the doctor saying about her finding her mum. You know, Ruby's like she had she's had 19. She has had 18, or was it 19 years? Why didn't she find me? And doctor's like, yeah, true. Well, we did. We did have a time machine. Is that really fair? I find that funny because the doctor's basically trying to say that your mum is a bitch for not finding you. We did in a matter of a week, but wait, we did have a time machine so we can go back in time, and we do have you in it, which is basically the biggest thing to try and for aliens and everything. Is it really fair to judge? That's the funny thing I liked about the story. And then she basically goes into a cafe and sits opposite her mum, orders a coffee, we'll say. I can't remember exactly what it was. And then when Ruby gets called, her mum looks up. And Ruby's like, I was abandoned on a road, Ruby Road, out of church. And then she's like, shit, that's my daughter.
yeah,
But then the good thing, what I liked at the end was the doctor's like, I think Unit were like, why was she so important? She's so normal. The doctor's like, it seems to be people who are the normal people the most important. She seemed weird because she was important to all of us. Like, she's important to Ruby because it's your birth mum. That's what I liked about it. But I was
yes.
gonna say,
But like that, I'm not sure that was like a coffee shop or whatever, but I feel like that was like a great place to have a
yeah, I thought it was a good place. Yeah, not knocking on your door saying I'm your daughter.
yeah. Um, but yeah, the doctor did have a very fair point there, but like,
Is it really fair to judge your mum
yeah,
for not trying to find you?
yeah,
But yet you got a time machine.
because like he has a time machine, the TARDIS, but sh- but she didn't. So I was like,
Yeah. Is it really fair to say anything? But no, for me, on a whole, I'd say the series is more of a 6 or 7 out of
yeah,
10. This is the first half. I'd more say is a 4 or 5. The second half, like the middle, is maybe a 3, 3.5 if you're lucky. But then the last 3 episodes are more of the 8, 9. If you just judging it on the last two, I'd say a 9. If around about the last three, would be a 8, 8.5.
yeah.
What would you judge it out of 10?
Do what?
What would you judge the series on a whole?
Okay, so the first half, I would say, um, probably it's like you said, I would give like the dot bubble part of it, and
We're not including Dot Bub. We're just doing that Space Babies to Boom. Well, no, Space
yeah,
Babies to Devil's Cord.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm giving Space Piggies to Devil Cord the 8, and then um
Dot Bub. We're saying Dot Bubble and Boom run about now.
Dot Bubble and Boom. Well, Boom, uh, that gives
You
me,
really liked it.
yeah, that gave me like I those two I can only rank separately because
Well,
I
yeah, I know because they're that different. Yeah, they're that much better than each other, or one's
yeah.
that much better.
So Dot Bubble, in my opinion, would be a 2, but
Two.
Boom would be like
So yeah, so if you say Boom's like a 7,
a
we'll say
7.
we'll
Yeah,
say the series on a whole is a 4 then, because it's in the middle of 2 and 7 or 5. Well, 4.5 is in the
yeah,
middle.
and
But
then
then the last stuff is good. So we're on
yeah,
about
I
Rogue
want to
and
give
the
like
other
a
story.
10, honestly.
Okay. Like I said, the only thing I didn't like about Rogue was it's not. If you were to say that it's historical, it's not,
That one gets a
because
9.9. 9 rating
A 9.9, okay.
because
Well, and the companion thing as well.
yeah.
I'll say a one-off companion does work. It has worked before. One-off companion because you got Katerina in the William Hartnell era, and then you had what's the one? Kenny or no Chris Eccleston, who was in 3 episodes. Was that Adam Smith or someone? He worked as well. And then you have
Had they gotten that part correctly, my rating would have been a 9.9. It would have stayed at 10, but since
I think if Rogue and the Doctor didn't kiss, it would have been the perfect story.
yeah.
Because I'm just brushing aside that it's not historically correct. I'm not judging that as putting it down, because not everything has to be historically correct to be a good story.
Fair enough. But still, it just doesn't seem correct since in this season he's black. So
Yeah, I know. But then the one thing it did get right is the Doctor said to Rogue, "We need to make a scene." And then the Doctor basically starts dancing with Rogue, which basically Shooter is openly queer, so they're playing on that as well, which I think they've done correctly.
yeah,
It's not like
that was alright. That part was alright. But like
they're
yeah.
not playing on it like they did with Jodie, saying that she's female and she was walking around basically all the time saying, "Look at me, I'm female. Look what I can do. I'm female and I can do everything a man can do." That didn't work. But they've got a black queer person. Yeah, I'm not trying to. You know what I mean? It's true that he's black and he's queer,
Yes.
and they're doing it right. They're actually doing it correctly. They're not trying to do it like they're done with Jodie. I think if they were to do a story like Rosa, but the Doctor was segregated away from the rest of the TARDIS people, that would work really well because the Doctor's got to think on his own. And he's got to think of everything that because he's black, wait, I can't go out at night, so I've got to do something to save everyone on the planet. But I'm a black person and there's racism. I think if they were to do something like that, it would really work. And I would enjoy it. Just trying to see the Doctor to stop racism. Do you like if they do a thing like Rosa Parks done, but the Doctor is the Rosa of the story. There's no villain. The only villain is racism, like they've done on Rosa. Because for me, for Jodie's era, Rosa was my favorite episode. Still a load of shit because it had a monster was unneeded. If they didn't have the monster, it'd be the perfect story because they were doing some sexism and racism in it. They touched on segregation, which I thought was a good thing to do because they need to show people what racism was like. But I think if they do that now, something like that now, obviously you've got a black actor and he's queer. So if they play on that in one story but don't take it too far, it will work.
Yes.
And there is one reason why I've told Zoe this a few times. The only reason I got him involved in Doctor Who is because because me and Matt were talking in voice chat. We're playing Minecraft, and Matt asked me about what I
Really
thought about
going
Jodie
to talk
Whittaker.
about that and share it to the public and then have me look like a bad person?
Oh no, you're not a bad person, but Zoe got the wrong end of the stick. What I said, and I said to them, watch Doctor Who, and then you'll understand why I said what I said. And it's the same thing. If you think what I said is wrong, watch the series of Doctor Who. Maybe watch Jodie Whittaker's era as well, and then you'll understand why I say what I say. Because also, if people didn't know, I'm a fan. I've been a fan for 20 years now. The first story I watched was Pyramids on Mars, or whatever it's called, and that was back in 2004. They were shown on UK Gold a couple of old stories just before the series came back, and the series come back 20 years ago nearly. Next year will be 20 years. So I'm a fan, you could say, for 20 years, and I've watched pretty much all of the episodes of Doctor Who ever. And I've even met two doctors. I've done it in a video even. I met two doctors. And obviously, I'd say I'm a big fan of the show because I know most things about the show. You ask me to review every series, I can do it. I can review every single series, the highs and lows, good parts and bad parts.
I think you
But
have
there's
done some series reviews throughout your channel.
Yeah, I know.
Besides
I've done reviews on most series. Yeah, most episodes I've done a review on. I know back when I started like 5 years ago, I was doing reviews of Doctor Who stories. But this is what I actually want to get more into, is doing Doctor Who content. I'd like to do it with Zoe because Zoe's the only person who will actually really do videos with me. And I don't want to be on my own just talking to my laptop. I'd rather be talking to someone.
I mean, if you think about it, you're technically talking to people that are watching the video.
But yeah, and I'm talking to Kenny because he's going to be watching this video before anyone else.
Yeah.
But no, the next review, do you know what the next review is going to be, don't you, Zoe? Season 27/season 1.
Yep.
Christopher Eccleston, the new modern era 2005, series 1. Then we're going to slowly get through season 1, 2, right up to 13, because we're not going to do 14 again because we've just watched it, and I don't see the point in watching series 14 again. Because guess what I'm going to have to do if we watch season 14 again? For the fourth time, I'm going to have to watch the worst ever episode. And I am not doing that again. One time was one time too many. I'm being deadly serious. So Dot Bubble watching it for one time. I watched it the first day. It was one time too many times. But do you want to add anything before I end the video?
Yeah, guys, if you ask him to screen share, that make sure you decide to just get Disney Plus and watch it yourself without making him suffer through Dot Bubble. Because if you end up having a errand to do in the middle of it,
I was fucking annoyed. After I watched most of Dot Bubble again, it was fucking horrible. I'd rather watch all of Whittaker's era again than sit through Dot Bubble.
Holy shit!
What happened?
Discord just went nuts. That's what happened.
I heard. But yeah, anyway, everyone, don't forget to subscribe, do whatever the fuck you want. Honestly, I don't care anymore. I don't care. I don't want to try and force on you to like, subscribe, comment. But everyone, this video has gone on for longer than I was expecting, because it's been an hour now. It's nearly 2 o'clock in the morning for me. It's 5 to 2 in the morning. 5 minutes to 2. It's basically nearly 2 o'clock. We started it just before 1 o'clock, I think. Yeah, just before 1. It's nearly 2 in the morning now. Oh my god. Kenny, I am so sorry that you're going to have to sit through an hour of us just rambling shit about Doctor Who. I am so sorry, mate. But this video might be like an hour and a quarter after all the edits he does. And then when he's uploaded the edited version, I will upload the raw, uncut stuff.
Yeah. And everyone's gonna have a kick out of Discord going on my phone.
But anyway, anything else you want to say before I end the video, Zoe?
Well, just all I have to say, don't make John over here suffer through Dot Bubble again.
Yes, just don't. Just that was the shittest episode. When people watch it, they'll know how shit it was.
Put a clip from Dot Bubble on here every single time I mention Dot Bubble.
Yeah, that'd be yeah. Kenny, put a clip of Dot Bubble there. Yeah, yes. But everyone, being serious now. But being serious, everyone, thank you for watching and putting up with us for an hour. And thank you, Kenny. If you do edit this video, thank you, Kenny, for editing it. I am very grateful when my viewers of mine actually do help me out like this. Yes. And it's always nice when Kenny gets involved in the videos as well, because I know he likes when he gets involved in the videos. like physically gets involved. I don't mean involved like in the comments.
Mhm.
And I know it's something he likes doing. That's why I asked him to do it, and he said he'll see when he gets round to it.
Yeah.
But everyone, if you want Kenny to edit more videos, if you like his editing style, drop him a subscribe. Because if Kenny edits this video, I will put the link in the description to both his channels, and go and show him some love because he makes some really good videos. He's deleted most of his videos on his first channel, but his second channel he's got a couple videos on there, and he actually does really good edits. Well, as you might have been able to tell from this video, he does some really good edits and stuff like that, and he has a really good sense of humour.
Yes.
And I've known him for like 5 years now, and I've
About
never really.
the same amount of years that you've known me.
Yeah, I actually met Kenny before I met you,
Yeah.
so
But
I've
the
known you
same
for
amount
5
of
years.
years you've known him a bit longer.
Yeah, like 6 months longer. Where I met you later on in 2019, it was more him was more early 19, more mid.
Yeah,
But
you
I
met
start.
me when I was just coming out of a bad relationship.
Yeah, but everyone, I am very grateful if Kenny does edit this, because he's gonna have to sit through hour of just footage to watch it. Get a
It's
popcorn, mate.
probably going to take him maybe a couple of hours to edit this.
Oh no, it's gonna take him more than a couple of hours. He might have to do a couple of hours here and there. Then it might take him like a week to do it.
Yeah. So this video may not come out until the editing is over.
Yes. Yes, I will make a community post if Kenny says he's editing it. I will make a community post saying that it's on its way. And someone's calling on WhatsApp, aren't they? But everyone, thank you so very much for watching, and thank you, everyone. Really, I will be like I said, I am returning, and later on in the week or later on, well, I might have already done this video by the time this is uploaded, but I will be doing a video saying why I took a break and why I decided to return now. Why I decided to return in July. Why did I leave in April? And why did I come back in July? Why did I pick this time for being the best? Stay tuned and you'll find out. But everyone, thank you so very much for watching. And as always, goodbye.
Bye! Elevators, Diesel Lucy, and DJ sets, and also Discord bots are awesome. Bye.
I've just got to press end recording. Bye. Kenny, if you want to add anything to the video now, add it.
Adding.
And this is where
I don't know anymore.
Kenny, you add the Simpsons going.
Don't.
But
Homer Simpson moment.
But Kenny, this is where you edit. Yeah, but Kenny, this is where you add the Simpsons fading into a bush. And that's the end of the video. That is
well,
that
when I
would be
do
good
don't,
ending.
just put the part where Homer goes don't, and then the fading. Yes.
Or do whatever you think be funniest. Do whatever you think be
Yes.
the funniest in the video. But bye. But anyway, bye. This video's gone on too long.
Yeah,
This video's gone on way too long.